What up, beautiful people? Hi guys, my name is Jessica. This is my art channel, and today you're gonna see something beautiful evolve. I've been doing big pieces lately, and this one is the biggest yet. It's a 48 by 48 inch canvas. So last week you saw that I struggled a little bit because of the size of my table and the size of the canvas, and well, my studio is tiny. I do not have a lot of space. When I put a 4 by 4 foot canvas in my studio, it's basically all that's in the studio. My table was too small. It was hard to move it around, hard to spin it, not because of the spinner, but because of the space and the borders that I had taped around my table. So the table had to go, puppy pool had to take over, sitting on the floor, and I did my first 4 by 4 footer. Even my specially for big pieces made spinner was too small for this piece, so this is something you can do at home too if your spinner is too small for whatever substrate you want to use. Just put something on top of the spinner that will hold your canvas. In my case, it's just 2 pieces of wood that I put on there. It is not perfect, but it works. The puppy pool is 80 inches in diameter. I wrapped it in heavy-duty trash bags. I probably used about 1 gallon of paint on this. I'm just going for it because I want to learn, I want to see, and you're not learning by not doing it. That's for sure. I start with Amsterdam titanium buff. I want an off-white, I want it creamy and calming. The next color is also Amsterdam, and it's Payne's Gray. I wanted a dark color for the contrast, but not necessarily a black. And Payne's Gray by Amsterdam is like a very dark gray. On top of that is Hammerhead. That will be the sparkler in this one. And I top that off with another grayish neutral tone. This is Amsterdam Payne's Gray mixed with titanium white to lighten it up, but still be in the same color family. More titanium white, more Hammerhead, more of my gray, and then the gold cell activator, followed by a white, and also a Payne's Gray cell activator. I feel like all my colors are very harmonious. I like the feel of them, a little bit cold, a little bit wintry, just a calm idea for a big piece. I know this size will be a total different beast, and in the beginning I told myself it's gonna be okay if the blowout is not gonna go well. I tried to take the pressure off of me because I will be able to paint on it afterwards. And I'm really loving these after the pour alternations. I love abstract art, and I love just playing with movement and patterns and light and dimension. And you will see this after the pour, so I will speed everything up, and I'll see you once I start painting on it. And here we are. It dried within, I would say, 3 days. Obviously, those wispies bother the crap out of me, so they're gonna go. And I feel I need to apologize for the quality of the footage, at least for the next couple minutes. It was a bit dark. Yep, you saw that right. That is an old sock with a hole in it, and I'm gonna use that one, slightly damp, to paint. I, for now, just want to cover those wispies. Do not like them. When I start something like this, I usually, if I do not really have a plan, go for what bothers me and how can I make this either part of the painting or make it disappear. And in this case, I decided to mostly cover up all the black wispies. Everything that does not have a cell gots to go. As always, I go in layers. I'll add a layer of white, and it doesn't have to completely cover what you're seeing. I just let it dry, and luckily acrylic paint dries super fast. That's why I also mist. I have a little continuous mister that helps me keep the acrylic paint moist on my canvas so I can keep working with it. Moving over from the sock to a brush. So this is a white one. It's a fairly cheap one and it's hairy. You guys, it's sometimes you wanna really spend $1 more so you don't have the stupid brush hairs in your artwork. I know there's ways to fixate them, but I don't see the point. Just make it right. So the brush helps me, and also more light helps me to find the spots that I want to lighten up more. I love that you can still see the wispies in the background, especially when they end up in a nice pattern. But I'm gonna make sure that at least the outside towards the corners is as white as I can get it. After I have my wispies covered, I will go in and go closer to my center of the pour. I add white to make things lighter and change the shape of it. Before I will go in with different colors, like my titanium buff. So mainly I use a brush, a mister, and then the sock to wipe the paint around. Cover more things up and also make sure that there's a bunch of spaces where I still see the pour shining through my white. Another tool that I will get out later is a makeup brush that helps me doing basically the same thing that the sock does, which is smooth it out and help me keep the layer transparent and thin. After my titanium white, I start using titanium buff. So I know it's a very light color, but in combination with that grayish blue and the white, you get a little bit shadow in there, but no obvious shadow, and it becomes a very soft and subtle feel and adding more depth to it. I kept looking at this piece and I wasn't quite convinced. I needed something more intense in there. And when I say intense, I don't mean a fluorescent pink. I mean something that fits to the vibe, but still makes it more lively. So the color that I used is a Matisse color and it's called Midnight. I love this color so much. It's kind of a greenish blue, but also, I don't know, fairly neutral. I just I just liked it. Wasn't sure if it would fit, but it obviously does. Using the blue the same way I used the titanium buff, I just added to make things more saturated, a little bit deeper. I will keep doing all these things until I'm somewhat happy with it. I cannot explain to you when I know when to stop, because spoiler, this is not done. You won't see this painting done. Very rarely I do make a painting and then I know, okay, that's it, within a week or so. No, usually they hang for weeks, sometimes years, somewhere in my home. So I get to see it a lot and I get to work on it if I want to. This is just the way I work. And I would say in the end of this video, the painting is to 95% done. I still feel there's one tiny thing that I might want to change. And that could be just a black streak somewhere. I don't know. It could be so minimal and so nothing in parentheses, but it will still make such a difference. And that being said, I'm gonna let you watch. Thank you so much for your interest, for watching this. I hope you try out painting on your pours because it can change things up so much. And to be honest with you, brush painting has different qualities than pour painting. A pour is done so quickly, while you can take your time and work on a brush painting. You can take your time, and it's just wonderful to work on something for a longer period of time than just the amount of time a pour takes. Anyways, okay, blah blah blah. I love you guys. I hope to see you Monday for a live or next Friday for another painting. I will keep my patrons and channel members updated on this painting. You could also check out my Facebook. I will probably post a few pics of this. Alrighty. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Bye.